Tonight on Localite with John Compton, Jacque Johnston and Jon discuss her successes in fitness competitions and her new kid-focused fitness DVD. Jacque is full of energy and inspiration, and she wants kids to embrace their athletic side. That's all tonight on Localite.
Jacque, thanks for coming in. It's good to see you again.
You're welcome. Thanks for inviting me.
Absolutely. Let's talk about where this interest in fitness came from. I mean, did you grow up in a family where fitness, there was a heavy emphasis on it and you were interested in fitness as a kid, or?
Well, looking back, definitely fitness, but at the time we called it athleticism. Our whole family is athletic. I'm the baby of 6, and all my siblings did sports. So we were really active starting at age 5. I remember swimming. I became a competitive swimmer between age 5 and 6. And then I started snow skiing at 8. And then my sister, just older than me, Sue, started gymnastics. And of course, then I wanted to do what she was doing and started gymnastics. And then my mom said, y'all have to pick one sport.
Yeah, it gets a little expensive, especially with 6 kids.
Exactly.
Wow. Where was this at? Where did you grow up?
Salt Lake City, Utah.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that was a perfect place then for skiing and outdoor activities.
It is.
What about the bodybuilding? Because you actually competed as a bodybuilder, is that right?
I am again currently, but the first time I did was in 1993. And I just wanted to challenge myself. I like challenges. I like to see how disciplined I can be. So I lifted weights for 5 months and competed and won the novice division and second in the Utah bodybuilding championship. So
was, because you were doing that, like actually competing, did it ever become work, or have you always done this because it's fun for you?
Oh, it's fun. I thrive on competition. Even today, my daughter and I, wherever we go, we race to whatever we're going to, who can get there first. It's just in my blood. I love to compete.
Really?
In fact, the working out was the hard part for me. The competition is what I truly love.
So what is it about the competition that really gets you?
Oh, I would say just trying to be the best that I can be. I've always wanted to win because I was better than someone. I never wanted to win because they were having a bad day. So just to really push myself, and I'm pretty driven. I'm high energy. And,
well, I mean, you've been a wedding officiant, which you're now retired from. You have a thriving house-sitting business. We're going to go into quite a bit of depth about your DVD project that you did with your daughter.
Correct.
And you competed recently, or fairly recently, with your daughter, and we'll talk more about that too. But where do you find the time and energy to do all of these things? Do you think that comes from that sort of competitive, very fitness-focused type of personality, that you have the energy to do all these other things?
I think so. With all the energy I have to disperse where I spend all of that. And being an athlete, I like that over fitness because athletes, to me, it's a mindset, it's a way of being. I think when you're an athlete, you are more conscious of your mind, your thoughts, your body, and that's one of the goals, and we can talk with the new business, is really trying to teach young children and their families of being an athlete and what it's like to live the life of an athlete.
Yeah.
And I want to role model that for JC. And so it's not an option for me.
Yeah.
It's if I want her to take care of herself, I have to do it too.
Yeah. So JC's your daughter.
JC's my daughter.
How old is she now?
She's 6.
She's 6.
We started competing when she was 5 and I was 49. So I had her when I was 43, so I was a late parent.
Wow, that's pretty cool. So explain to me, because I don't know anything about bodybuilding or competing in bodybuilding or anything like that. Obviously, I don't. So what's that like? And what do athletes like yourself have to do in order to be competitive?
The thing that I like about it now, and the reason I did it in 1993 and stopped, is there was not many natural organizations where people were just doing it naturally. They were using substances to help them grow. And to me, that defeated the whole purpose of being physically fit. And so I chose to back out of that sport for a while. But now there's some great natural organizations. And so when I found that out, I decided to get back into that. And it's a lot of discipline. Training's not so hard, but dieting for the contest is pretty brutal.
What's it like?
It's eating tons of protein, about a dozen egg whites a day, boiled chicken, tuna, but with no condiments, no salt, no pepper, no seasoning, because you're
So
really
no
just trying to,
taste.
no taste. You're trying to just lean up as much as you can, no water, so that all your muscles show when you're on stage.
Is that healthy?
Well, that's a good question. Temperament-wise, it's pretty hard because it can fluctuate your moods, you know. But
So you kind of
there's-
have to stay in balance. And really monitor yourself.
Monitor that, yep. So, I mean, you can still have some carbohydrates and have them in the morning, but it's pretty tough on the body. I think it would be hard to do, like, for a long haul over your whole life, but some people do it. And,
Yeah.
I mean, Jacque LaLanne, you know, who just passed away, I mean, that guy was lean and he ate really healthy all the time. So I think it can be done.
Yeah. Did you at all kind of look up to him or sort of was he kind of a role model for you at all?
He was, and actually I was on TV with him back in the mid-'70s when I was an elite gymnast, and was on his show. So I was able to meet him, and yeah, I think he's pretty incredible.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, when we're going to take a break here in just a minute, but I kind of want to just sort of set up a little bit about what I'd like to talk to you about in the next segment, and that is I want to talk to you about your daughter and sort of this. You know, you were raised in a family where fitness and athleticism, as you put it, was emphasized, encouraged, not necessarily in multi-sports because it gets a little expensive, but you're kind of bringing that to your daughter, and your daughter's 6 years old. You mentioned you're 49.
Right.
And
I'm 50 now.
Oh, well, you said it, not me. So that's one. I mean, just with age and the changes that happen with your body and stuff like that, and how that's how this is impacting your daughter. I mean, she's so young. So interesting stuff. We'll discuss that and more when we come back. Stick with us. Be right back.
Next,
Well, when I decided to compete last summer, July of 2010, I entered it and I was reading through it and said, oh, they have a kids division, and she's like, I want to do it. So we started putting a routine together. Since she was born, I've worked with her